Welcome to our Marin County Youth Stroke Awareness Program. I'm Kristin, and I am a nurse and a stroke coordinator at Novato Community Hospital.
I'm Nicole, a nurse and the stroke coordinator at MarinHealth Medical Center.
And hi, I'm Allison, and I'm a nurse and the stroke coordinator at Kaiser San Rafael Medical Center. And we are joining forces to educate you and raise awareness about stroke.
We're going to begin with a short video that sheds light on why stroke education is so important.
You might be wondering, why is it important that you are educated about stroke? It is our mission to empower the next generation to help save lives. Stroke is the #5 cause of death and a major cause of long-term disability in the United States. When stroke symptoms go unrecognized, many patients are not eligible for treatment. Without treatment, the results of stroke can be devastating, life-altering, and may even cause death. Quick treatment for stroke can save lives and improve outcomes and recovery. It's estimated that 80% of strokes can be prevented by making healthy lifestyle choices, such as eating a healthy diet, exercising, and not smoking. We want everyone to understand that the majority of strokes are preventable, treatable, and beatable.
So today we are going to answer the following questions. What is a stroke? How do I recognize stroke? What should I do if someone is having a stroke? And how can we prevent stroke?
So what is a stroke? Blood carries oxygen to all the cells in your body, and without oxygen, the cells would die. A stroke occurs when blood supply to your brain is disrupted or reduced. When this happens, brain cells are deprived of the oxygen and nutrients they need to survive. Similar to how a heart attack occurs when blood flow supporting the heart is disrupted, a stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is disrupted. Strokes are often thought of as brain attacks. Strokes can happen to anyone at any time. According to the American Stroke Association, someone suffers a stroke in the US every 40 seconds, and someone dies from a stroke every 3 to 4 minutes.
So let's review the 2 types of stroke. On the left is a picture of an ischemic stroke. Ischemic stroke happens when a blood vessel supplying the brain becomes blocked, impairing blood flow to the brain. This type of stroke is the most common, and it accounts for 85% of all strokes. On the right-hand side is a hemorrhagic stroke, which occurs when a blood vessel that supplies the brain ruptures and bleeds. An easy way to think about it is like this. Ischemic strokes are like clogged pipes. and hemorrhagic strokes are like burst pipes. Keeping your blood vessels clean and your blood pressure low with a healthy lifestyle and regular diet helps prevent both types of stroke.
So, true or false? Strokes only happen to old people. If you guessed false, you are correct. Strokes can happen to anyone at any age. While the majority of strokes occur in people over the age of 65, it is estimated that as many as 10 to 15% of strokes occur in people aged 18 to 50. Stroke risk increases with age, but strokes can still happen to young people, even infants, children, and adolescents.
Some of you may know a friend or a classmate that has had a stroke. Strokes can happen at any age. This is not a scare tactic, this is reality, and a reminder about why it is so important to know the signs and symptoms of stroke. Here is a story of a young stroke survivor.
I was watching football with my friend. I remember my speech was slurred, and I stood up to use the bathroom, but next thing I know, I woke up in ICU. I had a massive stroke 3 years ago when I was 20 years old. Because I was so young, I didn't have the typical risk factors. A lot of college students don't know that it can happen to you, so awareness is so important to me. The acronym is FAST. F stands for face. You should check and see if the person has any dripping on one side of their face. A is for arm. Ask them to raise both of their arms and see if you see any dripping on one side. S is for speech. Check for any slurred speech. Then T is time to call 911 if you notice any of those. So you just have to remember that time lost is brain loss, and you have to get to the hospital fast. I was paralyzed on the entire left side of my body. I thought I was going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. I found out I could get better. That's when I jumped into recovery mode. So I just did whatever I could to recover and just be me again. I really was doing my homework, going to therapy and doing it at home like twice a day, 3 times a day, as much as I could. I was in the wheelchair for the year. For my 1-year anniversary, I was walking and I did a 5K. On each 5K, I jump over the finish line because I'm so excited just to be walking again. Physically, I don't really look the same because of the paralysis, but it doesn't stop me. Like, I still travel like I want, still go out like I want. They've told me before that I will not be able to do things, and that hasn't stopped me. So whether they say my hand's not going to be 100%, that's not going to stop me from going to therapy and doing my exercises. It won't stop me from trying.
A stroke can happen to anyone. Do you recognize this actor? Your teachers and parents may remember him as teen heartthrob Dylan McKay from the original 90210 television series. You may recognize him as Fred Andrews from the series Riverdale. Luke Perry died on March 4th, 2019, after experiencing a massive stroke. At 52 years old, Perry falls into an age category that we don't always associate with being at risk for stroke. However, no age is too young to experience a stroke.
So now that we have learned some of the stroke basics, it is time to learn how to recognize the signs and symptoms of stroke. Why is this important? Knowing the early signs of stroke and when to call 911 can help increase chances of survival and recovery from stroke. Some patients are eligible for treatment options for their stroke, but they must arrive to the hospital soon after symptoms are discovered. Time lost equals brain lost. Every minute counts.
Now we are going to add a little bit more to FAST and make it b.e.f.a.s.t. A stroke usually happens suddenly, and a person having a stroke can have different symptoms. As you may have noticed in the previous videos, the acronym FAST is commonly used to recognize the signs and symptoms of stroke. We are going to discuss a couple more symptoms of stroke and make the simple acronym b.e.f.a.s.t. This is because acute loss of balance, dizziness, or sudden vision changes can also be signs of stroke. B is for balance. A person can't walk right or runs into walls. E is for eyes, like blurry vision, double vision, or losing vision on one side. F is for facial droop. Does the person's face look uneven? A is for arms. Does the person have weakness on one side? S is for speech. Is the person having trouble speaking? T is for time. Time to call 911.
It can be scary if someone you know has a stroke. However, you can help by knowing how to respond. Now that you know the signs and symptoms of stroke using b.e.f.a.s.t, we want you to feel confident in calling 911 so treatment can start quickly. Time lost equals brain loss. Every minute counts. Always remember that stroke is an emergency no matter what. If someone has new signs or symptoms of a stroke, please call 911 right away.
Protect the ones you love. NBA basketball player Paul George was 6 years old when his mother had a stroke.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. It's got nothing to do with fairness. Bam. Your whole world changes in an instant. And you never see it coming. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
We're going to switch gears a bit and talk about prevention. According to the CDC, an estimated 80% of strokes are preventable through healthy lifestyle choices. High blood pressure is the single most important risk factor for stroke. Lowering blood pressure through lifestyle changes or medicine can decrease a person's risk for stroke. Controlling diabetes and making healthy lifestyle choices to reduce cholesterol levels will also reduce a person's risk for stroke. Some examples of healthy lifestyle choices would be eating a diet low in saturated fats, like reducing French fries, avoiding trans fats, which are often found in packaged and processed foods, avoiding sugar-sweetened beverages like soda, eating whole grains, eating lots of fruits and vegetables, increasing physical activity and decreasing screen time, avoiding smoking and vaping, and maintaining a healthy weight. Share this information with your family and loved ones to help them make healthy lifestyle choices to help reduce their risk of stroke.
Let's review what we have learned. A stroke happens when there is an interruption to the blood flow to the brain. It can happen due to a blood clot or due to bleeding in or around the brain. A stroke can happen to anyone, even infants, youth, and adolescents. It's important to know the signs of stroke. If you think someone's having a stroke, remember, be fast. Stroke is always an emergency. The earlier someone gets to the hospital, the greater their chance for survival and/or recovery. Every minute counts. Don't delay calling 911. Quick treatment for stroke can save lives and improve stroke outcomes and recovery. You can help prevent stroke by eating well, getting exercise, and not smoking.
So thank you for taking the time to learn about stroke today. We hope you now feel empowered to help recognize and respond to stroke. We also hope that you have learned the importance of living a healthy lifestyle to support the health of your brain. Remember, the majority of strokes are preventable, treatable, and beatable. Please take 2 minutes to complete a short survey to verify your participation in this program. This will also give you the opportunity to ask questions if you have them, and we will do our best to respond by email. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.